Hey there, happy Sunday. I thought we could just spend the afternoon together. I just got home from church and I did a quick grocery run. I'll just show you in a second, but yeah, let's spend a Sunday afternoon together. Okay, so I had run out of dishwasher detergent and I've been trying to use like a clean, like non-toxic, less toxic dishwasher detergent, but I was in desperate need. I hadn't ordered any and my dishwasher is full and I don't have any. So I just picked up a box of Cascade Complete powder. What I like about the powder is it comes in a cardboard box that I can recycle. Then I'm going to be doing some baking for coworkers. So one of the teams I used to work with, I like to visit them a few times a year. They're in a different building than I work in. And I'm going to be making Dutch apple crisp. And normally I make it in my Dutch oven, but I don't want to leave the Dutch oven with them. I trust them, but the recipe, you're supposed to make it in a 9x13 casserole dish. So I just bought this aluminum disposable one, and then I'm not worried. I can just bring it and leave it with them and they can eat it all or take some of it home or whatever. Then when you're baking, because I'm not just baking apple crisp, but brown sugar, I wasn't confident I had enough because I'm also making blueberry coffee cake muffins for the team I currently work with because I haven't baked for them in a while. So today's just a very baking day. It's cloudy, it's rainy. I think it's the first day of fall, September 22nd. So when it's gloomy and I can't go outside, I want to be either making content or baking, and we're gonna be doing quite a bit of cleaning today because if you know, it doesn't take much for your home to start getting cluttered and dirty and furry, because there's a furry little shedding monster in my living room right now. Flour, because I wasn't confident I had enough flour and I go through it, so. And then a pound of butter. I have 3 sticks of butter, but I need butter for like my everyday eating and cooking. So I just bought extra butter. Just stick it in the fridge, it'll be fine. And that's it for the little grocery haul. So I'm going to, the pants I want to wear need to be washed. So I might put on some other jeans, whatever. I may change, but then I'm going to do some laundry, tidy up the kitchen, tidy up my flat surfaces, vacuum, Swiffer, and I'm gonna give myself about an hour to do that, because if I don't put a time limit on it, I'm just gonna drag it out and then I'm not gonna get to the things that I want to do. So first is some quick chores, and then I'm gonna get some food, and then we'll go from there. Today in church, before I start doing that, we are in Acts, and we did Acts chapter 5, 12 through 16, and it wasn't a super deep message, but the message was that it was right after Ananias and Sapphira lie about how much of the money they made selling property, and that they were donating the money they made to the Christian ministry, and they lied about, they were asked, like, was this how much you made? And they're like, yes. And God struck them both down. And so that was last week's message that I missed. And that was just like, God takes lying very seriously. But this week was after that, like, people were afraid, but the people who decided to follow Christ kept growing. So regardless of the fear, it kept growing. So it was that God opens doors for the gospel to be proclaimed and for his kingdom to grow. And there can be fear and uncertainty in following Christ, but the gospel overcomes, the love of Christ overcomes. And then the application to pray for God's kingdom to grow and for his people to be encouraged and all of that good stuff. That's not very Christianese, but it doesn't matter. And then that God's gospel is powerful and it's spreading. So we can go boldly. Even though people may laugh at us, we may be persecuted. We will be persecuted. It's the Bible says that we will be persecuted. But it's not the work that we do that's being attacked. It's God that's being attacked. And so And it's not us that convert people to believing and following in Jesus, but it's the work of the Holy Spirit that does. So there's less pressure on us because it's not us doing the work. We are just God's instruments. And that there is no one too far gone for the gospel that the gospel can't reach, because Paul, who had been Saul, killed and imprisoned Christians before he was converted to being an apostle for Christ. So he was extremely against Jesus, and then he became extremely outspoken for Jesus. So it's so easy for us Christians to judge and be like, people who are persecuting Christians, like there's no hope for them. But that's not for us. That's not for us to say. Anywho, we'll get the dishwasher going. Oh, I also need, so I put white vinegar in my rinse agent compartment. Oh no, get on out of there. So that needs to be refilled. What do you guys like to do on Sundays? Are they totally relaxing days? Are they directions? No directions. They expect you to know. Okay, I'm just gonna try filling the one compartment. I haven't used this brand in a long time. Anywho, or is it chores? Is it deep cleaning? Is it you go out and have fun? You spend it with family? Let me know down in the comments. That's the wrong lid. Oh, I have enough flour, but that's okay. Now we have more. You know, tea sounds good too. Maybe I'll put some water on for tea. Oh, I had a whole thing of brown sugar. That's okay. That's okay. I really should have like a digital inventory for what food ingredients I bring into the house and what ones I take out, but it is what it is. Also, what did I make? I made lemon bars for the church picnic a couple weeks ago, and so it required a lot of lemon juice, and I used real lemons, so just one of the bags from Aldi. And then I wanted to make the homemade like multi-purpose spray where you put citrus rinds in a container with white vinegar and you let it sit. It's been 2 weeks and I really need to look up like how long is it supposed to sit, and then you strain it so you get all the pith and everything out, and then you can add extra essential oil for the smell of it, and then put it in a spray bottle and just for your multi-purpose spray. I need to also look up, is it something I should be using on granite countertops, or does the acid make the stone cloudy? I have questions. If you know, let me know, else I should really just do the research myself. If you watched my last video, the pack and chat with me, I don't know if you can see it. So I had fruit flies, and so you, in a little container, you put apple cider vinegar on the bottom, and then I put 3 drops of Dawn dish soap on, and then you put plastic wrap on top, and you slit holes in it, and then it catches the fruit flies. It did the thing. Just so you know, a little recipe if you ever find yourself in a situation where the fruit flies be flying. Because I had some old bananas that were almost past ready to be frozen for banana bread. And I went to move them from where they normally go to over here so I could put them in a bag to put them in the freezer, and I hadn't realized there were fruit flies, but I discovered that there were. I'm also going to get my list out. So I made the executive decision this weekend not to cut the grass because it was so dry and there was only a few spots where it was really long. So I'm like, this lawn doesn't need a trim, it needs a hair conditioner, and thank God it's raining, which we needed. So I am not going to cut the grass. I did not pick up the dog poop. It's supposed to rain all day, so I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, while the tea was teaing, I ran down and started a load of laundry. We may have lost the audio just before this clip. See how much it blew? I only put 2 teaspoons, maybe 2 heaping teaspoons. See how much it reconstitutes? It's kind of fun to see. Ran down and I started a load of laundry. I am a honey in my tea kind of gal. And I know you're supposed to wait for it to cool down a little bit because especially I use raw honey. I usually get some from the market, but I just pick some up from Aldi. And raw honey has not been cooked. It still has like all of its natural properties and all the good stuff in it. And putting it in too hot of something can kill off some of the good stuff, but I think we'll survive. So for my cast iron, I have this little wooden scraper to like get all the cooked on bits off, because you're like not supposed to really scrape your cast iron with metal because it can scrape seasoning off. You're not supposed to use soap because again it affects the seasoning. So this handy dandy little scraper, it's Bamboo Organic, B-A-M-B-U Organic. I got it at a low waste store. I'm sure you can find them on Amazon. But sometimes it's just nice to help scrape off. Like I cooked burgers in here last night, so there's a lot of cooked on like grease and stuff. And sometimes it's hard to get that off with just a paper towel or anything. So handy little tool. So I'm gonna clean that. And then I'm gonna make some avocado toast with dippy eggs for lunch because I had a cinnamon raisin bagel with peanut butter, but I know I need some carbs and some protein for sure. Let's try the tea. Nice. So with this, my friend also got me like this strawberry sugar. And I wonder if it would be better with that than with the honey. Maybe I put a little too much honey in it, but either way, it's warm and cozy. I just put my toaster away, now we're getting it back out, but at least I got to clean my countertop off for a brief moment. So sorry about the dishwasher noise, but it's just the reality. It's not the newest dishwasher, so it's not the quietest, but you know, it works. And for that, we are grateful. It's okay if you don't have the newest, fanciest, modernist kitchen. If it functions, it's a good kitchen. It's so easy to be on social media and see all these nice kitchens and people, all these big influencers showing off their nice kitchens, but you know what? Yeah, they're nice. I'm not gonna lie. I just heard something whistle. I think it was the dishwasher, but that creeped me out. They're nice, but don't go. I mean, if you can afford it and you want to update your kitchen, go for it. But don't feel bad for not having the nicest, newest, cleanest looking kitchen. It's okay. At the very least, you can keep it clean, keep it organized, maintain what you have, and that's a blessing. I don't know if I want. I had this for breakfast 2 or 3 days ago, and it was kind of a lot. And I don't want to be too full, you know? Let's feed the dog her breakfast because it's noon and she hasn't had breakfast. She doesn't always eat right away. She sometimes just eats everything in the evening, which is fine. It's just fine. This is just butter. Get off of there. My stove is not the cleanest. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's one of my least favorite things to clean, but it gets dirty so easily, and I do not do a good job of keeping it clean. Don't judge. I can feel these nails are getting ready to come off. They're getting loose. I've had them on for about 2 weeks, which is longer than most press-ons do, but I went camping. I was camping for three full days plus time on the other ends, and so I wasn't showering as often. I wasn't washing my hands like under running water as often, and so I think there's just a lot less exposure to water when I was wearing them. But they are pretty sturdy. Like I've had some that are too thin and they bend on me. These haven't bent yet, but I think part of it has to do with the glue that the companies use. So these are Chill House Chill Tips, and I'm happy, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on this pattern, so I'm very happy. I kind of wanted They're kind of like a one last hurrah for summer, for a summer design. And yeah, I'm gonna refill the butter dish. Let's do eggs. I like to crack my eggs on a flat surface because, oh, this pan is not quite hot enough. Because it gives you a roundish spot that when you press your thumb tips into, it's perfect. Perfect shape for your thumbs. Do you want breakfast, little girl? Or lunch? Do you want lunch? Oh, stretch. Good. Sit. Good girl. Go ahead. Okay. We were just coming out to see what's up. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, never been in this situation. I don't have any clean plates, but I have a few paper plates, so. Emergency paper plate it is. This is Italian, it's from an Italian loaf. I'm usually a whole wheat girly, but I got an Italian loaf and it's so good with a grilled cheese because it's like light and crispy. Oh, so good. So good. Oh, yes. And I learned a new way to get the pit out. Instead of trying to chop it with a knife, you take like this, the heel of your hand kind of under your thumbs, and you just kind of press the side of the avocado, and then the pit just kind of comes out. A little bit of avocado on there. So handy and so much safer. Look at us. Look at us being safe in everything. Is cutting it in my hand safe? Not exactly. It's fine. Oops. So, if you're an avocado toast fan, salt and pepper is great. It's classic. But you know what else is also delicious? A little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, and if you like, I'm not a spicy person. I'm not a spicy food person necessarily, but I put just a pinch of cayenne pepper for a little bit of kick. And that's really good. And then especially when you put an egg on top, oh, so good. Onion powder. I mean, you could absolutely do like sauteed onions, but we do not have time for that today. We are on a mission to get lots of stuff done, but then also relax before we start the work week tomorrow. I think my eggs are almost done. Almost. Still some white. I need to buy some peppercorns because my grinder is empty, but I have salt. Whew, I'm gonna need to put some shorts on. Could argue that the whites aren't quite as done as I want by the yolk, but regardless. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Amazing. A little bit more salt. Not too much. This is too salty. And then we're gonna go sit down and eat before we hop into more chores. So I really enjoy watching YouTube, but when I went on vacation, I went somewhere where there's no internet and like it's a place that you're gonna rock. You're gonna rock on this table, very sorry. And I'm used to that, and so I wasn't on any social media, I wasn't on the internet for several days, and then I came back and it's so easy to just jump back into find a YouTube video to put on in the background, scrolling through social media, and this week I made a point not to, I think I had put I'd started to put one YouTube video on in the background at work, and I just couldn't do it because it was way too distracting with the work I was doing. And so all this week, instead of putting YouTube on in the background when I got home, I've been listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks, and that's just been so fun. And if I have something on the TV, it's visually distracting. So if I hear something, I'm like, ooh, I want to go see what they're talking about. But with an audiobook, I can just pop my headphones in and I can walk everywhere in the house and not be distracted. So that's what I plan to do today. But I'll bring you guys along. Don't worry, I'm not just gonna you're gonna watch me while I'm cleaning and listening to Harry Potter, but that's good. I forgot to put some cayenne on there, but still delicious. So while my belly is settling, I'm going to do my weekly budget update. And I think financial health is very important. And everyone's situation is different, but I think everyone should tell their money what it should be doing. And so I use the Every Dollar budget app, and there are a lot of different apps out there. I just need to know, like, I love keeping track of where money is going. I love seeing like savings funds go up. So it's everydollar.com. They do have an app, and I've been using this for 3 years. Well, what the heck is my password? Oh, I'm trying to create an account. I don't need to create it. I need to log in. There we go. And I've heard some people say, like, I hate budgeting because we always, like, we set the amount for groceries and then we always end up spending more. And I'm like, sometimes it's not the right time to tell people things, or you don't, like, have the permission to tell people things. And I'm just like, yeah, then you have the permission and the authority to just shift money from a different allocation to your budget. And next month you'll know, like, we need to put more money in the grocery budget. So you're not a slave to the budget. The budget is something that you control, you steward, and it's a visual so you know where your money is going. It's not just like, I'm spending about this much and about that much, especially when if you want to save, put aside 15% for retirement. If you want to be saving up for something specific, like, you want to know specifically, like, when you're going to reach that goal. It's just nice to know. And it's okay if you don't want to budget, but I think everyone should budget. And you don't have to use the Every Dollar app, but I do, and it works for me. And so I update it. I love creating the budget every month because I'm like, how much fun money do I have this month? And so creating the new budget is fun. And then for me, I know some people don't like personal finance. It's just not for them. And then I do a weekly update instead of just a monthly, because sometimes I end up spending a lot more in one area, or I end up not spending as much in the other area, and sometimes I need to reallocate it just so I know, okay, I have this much money coming in. This is, like, I don't want to be overspending. Instead of just, like, several years ago before I started budgeting, I was super frugal, and I, like, never wanted to go out to eat, and, like, I wouldn't, like, do fun things because I was like, in reality, I didn't know how much money I had and how much money I could be spending. So I just, like, saved. And then when budgeting gave me the freedom to be like, oh, well, I can afford to grab a coffee on the way to work a few times a month or whatever. And so, yeah, budgeting for me gave me a lot of freedom. Like, I've always been a frugal person, and I know some people aren't very frugal naturally. So I like to budget. But I'm going to do this. You don't have to sit here with me and do it, because I'm not going to show you how much I spend and how much I make. But either way, I'm going to let my belly settle. I'm going to finish my tea. All right, that is done. I'm going to plug my laptop in so that when I'm ready to do the voiceover for the carrot cake cupcakes, it's charged and I have one last thing plugged in and fewer wires all over. So let's change the bed. Let's change the bed sheets. I have, I'm a once every other week kind of person. And that works for me. And where shall I put you? How about right here? That works for me. I've recently begun taking nighttime showers again because it just saves time in the morning, and I'm a pokey person. I don't have to explain myself, but I just did, so there you have it. And by that time, I think the washer will be done, so I can toss those sheets in the washer, and I plan to wash the cover of the dog's bed. It's gloomy in here. See, look at my paint colors. Right there. I have picked a paint color. It's that one. This is better. It's that one. And I actually bought the paint, but it is not Painting is not going to happen today because I have content I need to catch up on, as I said. But I think I might take you along when I paint. There would be a lot of time lapses, so it might be a spend the day with me and I time lapse the painting. And painting can be very overwhelming. It like takes me all day. So, and I'm the type of person that once I have the paint stuff out, like I just want to get it done. But I think I might take a weekend where I'm not doing anything. This blanket also needs to be washed. I'm not doing anything. I don't have plans Saturday or Sunday. And I'll do the first coat Saturday, or I'll just do all the trim one day, and then I'll do the walls the next day. It's a lot. The trim is the worst. Plus this room there's not a lot of room. So I'm gonna have to, I might need help moving furniture. Because my dresser is very heavy. Like I have a solid wooden dresser and all of them have I don't know if this has felt pads on the bottom. And I have wooden floors. So I don't wanna like scratch the floors much at all if I can help it. Ooh, I don't need to wash this. This was washed relatively recently. Plus I just don't want to, because then I can't make the bed. Because I'd have to wait for this to be washed and dried. So yeah, painting this room is going to be a bit of a task because it's not a very big room. And so what I might do, I wouldn't have to move any furniture to paint that wall. So I might one day just paint that wall. And I'm the type of person like I said, once I get started, I want to finish it. But I think I can just give myself the grace and just take it little bit by little bit. And it'll get done eventually. I have the paint, it's not going anywhere. I don't like being in a sour mood, and painting can do that to me. But another thing is, the last 2 or 3 rooms I painted, all of them, have I painted all the rooms? Well, it was summertime, and it's really hard for me to be inside all day painting when it's nice outside. And so now going into fall, I think it'll be a little nicer. And just like, again, put a movie on. I have a specific painting movie. Put an audiobook on and just do the thing. Like starting out, if you've ever painted a room, when you start out, you're like all ambitious and you're like, yeah, this isn't that bad. I mean, some people I think really don't like painting, but it needs to be done. And I don't want to pay $1,000 for someone to paint my room. Where was I going with this? When you start out, it's fine. You're like, oh, this isn't bad. But then as it just keeps taking longer and longer for you to finish, you're like, oh my gosh, I just want it done. So with all that said, this room will get painted eventually. And I know it's hard to see. Can you see me? Yes. This color, it's called, I think it's Phillipsburg Blue. It's from Benjamin Moore. It's part of their heritage collection, historical collection. So that's fun. I like that. And this sheet color will go well with the new wall color. My old sheets won't exactly go with it, but I think the old sheets I might keep for the spare bedroom, because my spare bedroom is the office. But if I have guests, the sofa in there it's a futon, but it's like almost a queen size futon when it's all the way out open. And so these are queen size sheets. So they're just deeper than the futon, but they fit. So I will not be just getting rid of the other sheets. But these sheets I've had for, we are not centered, over 7 years. And some of the stitching is starting to come apart at the seams, and some of one of the corners has started to rip. So it's almost time for a new set of sheets. And if you remember the tan pillowcase that I took off one of the pillows, it looks almost gray or white. Those are linen from the brand Quince. And I thought, oh yeah, I want linen sheets, because It's a natural fiber, it's very breathable, it's very temperature regulating, so it's good for summer, but it still has that thicker feel that it's kind of textured, so I feel like it would hold, like it would be good for winter too. Like these are kind of cotton sheen, so they're really smooth. So in the wintertime, these feel kind of cold, but the linen are soft, more like they have more of a texture to them. So I'm like, yeah, we'll do linen. And I heard that linen gets softer the more you wash it. And does this sound right? I don't think so. That's better, huh? When I first started using my linen pillowcase, I'm like, this is scratchy. Like, I don't like this. I don't know if I like this. But I've washed it a couple times and it does feel a little nicer, a little softer. So maybe they're right. All the blankets need to be washed. Actually, now I have some in the dryer. Oh, the dog just went on her bed and I'm gonna make her get off. Okay, let's go. She's like, why'd you take the cover off of it? But it needs to be cleaned and shook out because there's so much hair on it. So I just finished putting a load of laundry into the dryer, another one into the washer, and now I'm going to make my blueberry coffee cake muffins. I'm not going to show you guys that journey because it'll go on the other YouTube channel. I will show you the final product, but I'm hoping that making that content will give me the energy to do my voiceover for the carrot cake video that's already been recorded. I just need to do the voiceover. So that's my hope. Just finished filming the making. Now they are baking. So I'm going to clean up. I was very worried that my other microphone that works with my camera was going to die while I was filming. Thankfully it didn't. Actually, I need to refill my brown sugar. I need to put baking powder on my grocery list. I'm not normally someone who gets what they call the Sunday scaries, but I have a routine dentist appointment tomorrow and I'm always worried that I'm gonna have a cavity. And I brush and floss regularly. It's really nothing to worry about, but my stomach is anxious. My stomach is also anxious about going to work tomorrow, and it needn't to be. So maybe chatting with you guys and just staying busy, maybe talking to Jesus about it a little bit will help. Also, it's so warm in here. The dishwasher finished right before I started filming, and so I was standing right by the hot dishwasher and the oven's on. I think it's also because I've been getting texts regarding a bachelorette party that I am going to next weekend, and I'm standing in the wedding, and I love this friend, and I know one other person that's going to be in almost this dozen-person group, and it's just supposed to be a day of, yes, celebrating the bride, but also drinking. And I have nothing against drinking and other people drinking, and I just don't drink that much. And so I'm like, I think there's anxiety about like not knowing, like I feel like my social battery is going to be very drained, like everyone else will be drinking, and I'm just like, I don't want to be drinking all day. So I'm gonna bring some snacks, I'm gonna bring some chewy candies and stuff, and I'm not gonna be a party pooper, but I am not a social butterfly. Like if I know you and we're good and we vibe, like it's cool. But very large groups, it's not my scene unless I have a person. Like if a best friend is with me and like we're buddies during the whole time, great. That's not going to be the case this time, but I'm an adult, I can manage it, but it's this stress and anxiety that changes nothing. So it's not helpful, but it's like, how do I just get rid of it? Lord, I give it to you. There's nothing I can do. It's all yours. Okay, let's clean up the counter. In other news, it's been quite cozy here. The rain is on and off, and when it's raining really hard, it gets really dark. It's only 2 o'clock, but it felt like 5 o'clock. Let's refill the brown sugar. I'm normally a dark sugar person. I keep dark brown sugar in the pantry. I like so brown sugar is white sugar that's mixed with molasses. So dark brown sugar has a higher molasses content, a higher moisture content, so that gives you a more moist baked good, a little richer molasses flavor versus light brown sugar. I mean, there's still a moisture content, but it lends to a little bit of a crispier finished product. I'm no expert. I'm just telling you what I know. But Aldi only has light brown sugar, and so that's what our refill is today. Oh no. Okay. We almost didn't make a mess. It's fine. You know how I said that maybe filming would give me the ambition to do my voiceover for the other recipe? I'm not feeling that way right now. The muffins have 15 to 20 more minutes to bake. While they're doing that, once I get these final things put away, I don't have the time to do the voiceover before they're done, so I'm going to vacuum and Swiffer, and then I'll do the final filming. It won't be the final filming. I'll do the intermediate filming of the muffins because they need to cool for 10 minutes before you take them out of the pan. And then got to do the taste test, which is so rough. It's the hardest part. But I also should probably make sure they do taste good before I bring them to work. I've made them before, so I know that they were enjoyed. And then I think I'm just going to have to pull myself up by the bootstraps and do the voiceover because it just has to get done. We did it. It took them 10 minutes longer to bake than the recipe said. I don't know if it's because my oven needs to be recalibrated or because I baked it on a baking sheet because I was worried that the crumb would like overflow and I didn't want to mess in my oven. So while that was going on, I Swiffered, I vacuumed, I transferred the laundry and started a new one. And I'm very warm because the oven has been on in the kitchen. So I'm going to take a rest, like might get a snack. It's been a few hours since lunch. Might get a little snack and I'm just gonna sit. I'm not gonna fold laundry. I'm just gonna sit and relax and gather my energy again before moving on to the next thing because I still need to do that voiceover for the carrot cake cupcakes, and right now it's not gonna happen unless I take a rest. So rest is very important. So here we are. I took my rest and then I scrolled through Instagram Reels for 10 minutes after I took my rest. And now I'm gonna do the difficult thing and do the voiceover. And it's gonna take probably less time than it feels like it's going to be. And I'm gonna get into it and and it'll be fine. Why am I like this? I need my cord. And then I think there's supposed to be a break in the rain in about an hour, so I'd like to go for a WALK with the pup, because we could both use some fresh air and exercise, right? As she walks out the door. So I'm gonna get into it, and then I might taste one of the muffins, because I haven't done that yet. I wanted them to cool. And then we'll see. I have laundry to turn over too. So I'll be back. I did the thing. I just finished recording the voiceover for the recipe. So I'm going to save it to my hard drive, copy it into my editing software, put it in, hello? Oh, it's thinking. There we go. I really want to edit this tonight and get it up tonight because I haven't put up a recipe in like 3 or 4 weeks. I've been slacking. Partially this summer, I just didn't have the want to do content, recipe content. And I think part of that was because I was really excited for summer this year and I wanted to spend time outside on the weekends, and weekends are usually when I would do content stuff. And then after work, I'd be like, I don't know, it just didn't feel like there was time this time. And so now with fall coming back around, the rainy weather, the cooler temperatures. We'll be getting back into it for sure. For sure, for sure. So now what should we do? It's still raining. I think it's supposed to let up in about a half hour. So while that's going on, I need to look at the curtains. That doesn't feel like a right now thing. Right now, I'm gonna make some more tea because my throat feels a little scratchy from talking. And so I'm gonna make some tea and fold laundry. I think I'm going to do, I don't know, do I want to do the same tea or do I want to do a different tea? I think I'll do a different tea. I think I'm gonna do a black tea. What is it? It's like, I'll bring you in the kitchen and I'll show you. Okay, let's put the pewter to sleep. Put my headphones away. Are any of you guys content creators? I never thought I would be. Like I never thought I was creative. And I'm definitely not. Some people are like just naturally super creative and that's not my nature, but I think some of my creativity was stifled in school because like that wasn't how you were going to make money and support yourself after you graduated and stuff. But I kind of rediscovered it. Like, I think we all have some level of creativity and it's not always like, you don't have to be a content creator to be creative. Maybe you just like coloring or painting or woodworking or writing. And just because it doesn't make you money doesn't mean it's a waste of time. Like it can just be something that's really relaxing. I don't know. Where do you find yourself creative? What are you creative in? Let's go make some tea. So, did not have tea. What are we doing here? So I did not have tea, but I ate one of the blueberry muffins. Delicious. Would do a couple of things different next time, but you'll have to go watch that video when it goes up. I'll just tell you. So the recipe had you putting the blueberries just on top. You don't actually mix the blueberries into the batter. And I think they should have been mixed into the batter. And that way more of the crumble topping would have had more batter to stick to when they baked. So when they baked, the batter rises and it kind of pushes the crumble out of the way, which is a little disappointing because everyone loves the crumble on a coffee cake, on anything. But so I didn't have tea, but it stopped raining, so I'm going to take the dog for and get some fresh air. Hey, where are you? Do you want to go for a walk? Ugh. Do you want to go for a walk? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. So we went on a little walkie walk and we only got sprinkled on under the trees and I think we feel a little more refreshed. So the plan now is I'm done filming. Oh, nope, I'm gonna leave this out. I'm done filming the muffins, but I still plan to film what I'm making for dinner tonight, which part of me is like, should I be doing that tonight? Because when you're filming it, to post it, it does take a little longer than if you were just to make it for you. So for now, I'm just going to put these cupcakes away. Whoa, put these cupcakes away. Muffins, they're not cupcakes, muffins. And I am going to make a cup of tea now. And I'm going to do an edit of the video with the voiceover now. And, oh no, one of these muffins is not going to fit. You'll have to go in a different container. That's okay. Okay, these are ready to take to work tomorrow. Let's find a little container for this little guy. I'd like to put him in a specific jar that I don't have any clean ones of. Do I put it in, do I squish him? Maybe I'll squish him. And that'll be mine for tomorrow. So 10 should be enough for my coworkers. And any stragglers of other teams that happen to hear that there's a treat down at my department. There he is, all squished. Okay, here we go. Let's get this cleaned off. I'd like to report that all the laundry is done. Well, the one load is finishing up in the dryer, but to be honest, it might stay in the dryer tonight. Water I can hear is just about boiling. Let's make tea. So, I cleaned out my diffuser. Diffuser? Infuser. Did I call it a diffuser before? Tea infuser. I'm going to go with a little more hardcore. Wild berry black white tea. So there's both black and white tea in this mix. So this mix is robust black tea and delicate white tea create a harmonious base for a bounty of berry flavor and aroma. Cranberry, elderberry, and blueberry headline this blend, delivering ripe bursts of summer in each sip. So ingredients are black tea, white tea, amaranth, wild berry flavor, again, what the heck is that? Rosehip, elderberry, cranberry, hibiscus, blueberry, cornflower. Contains caffeine. Shocking. 200 degrees for 4 minutes. So the plan for tonight, I really want to get that recipe up tonight. So I'm gonna do an edit. Then regardless of whether or not I film it, I need to make supper tonight because I don't have any meals prepped and ready to take to either have for dinner tonight or to take to work tomorrow. So then make dinner, eat dinner, fold laundry because I have laundry piled on the bed right now. So fold laundry, and then if I hadn't finished editing the video to start, I'll finish that, get the thumbnail, which is the picture you see before you click on a video, and get that uploading. And if I have done the editing and it's all uploaded and everything, then I'll clean up the kitchen. I need to empty the dishwasher and reload the dishwasher. So let's write that down. Video, supper, laundry, dishes. 4 little things that could take quite a while. Here we go. So I'm going to take my tea and edit, but I'm going to put NCIS on in the background because I was saying earlier that I've been really enjoying listening to audiobooks like Harry Potter. And the thing is, I can't listen to audiobooks and edit because I want to listen to the book. And I realized when I'm listening to a book, it's hard for me to turn it off when I'm home doing stuff and go to edit. So like audiobooks are not conducive to filming and editing content. But NCIS is something that I can put on in the background and still multitask. So, 'tis the plan. So that's a long video to edit, and I'm not done yet. I just have to put the music over, but it's 7 o'clock, so I've been editing for an hour and a half. And I wish it were 6 o'clock, but this is where we're at. So I am not going to film the Hamburger Helper because I don't have the energy. So I think I'm gonna have to cut up an apple or some sort of snack. Half-baked Harvest Healthier Hamburger Helper. There we go. It has great reviews. Okay. 30-minute total time. I love to see it. Okay. So let's read through the recipe. In a large pot set over medium-high heat, add the olive oil, onion, beef, season with salt and pepper, cook until browned. About 10 minutes, stir in chili powder, paprika, garlic powder, cook another minute. Oh, I don't have that. You know what? Okay, so this calls for a cup of shredded zucchini. So you could 100% make it without zucchini. What I'm going to do, I'm gonna make it anyway. I have a little bit of frozen spinach that I'm gonna put into it. Oh well, see, this is exactly, see, it works out that I've decided not to film it because I wouldn't have even had the right ingredients. Add the pasta and toss to coat. Then pour in, you don't even have to cook the pasta cooks in it. So I'm gonna use my Dutch oven, I'm pretty sure. Then add the pasta and zucchini, toss to coat, pour in the broth and milk, add the ketchup, stir to combine, bring to boil, simmer until the pasta is al dente, stir in the cheese, and cook for another few minutes. Enjoy. Ugh, the ease of this makes my heart happy. Okay, 1 pot Hamburger Helper, God bless. So, let's turn some lights on in here. All right, I have so much, the dishes. I need to get the dishes done. Can't even cross anything off my list because I didn't finish anything. It's okay. Here we are once again at my stove. Dutch oven. I don't know how many quarts it is. Maybe 4? 3.5? Not sure. Okay, let's heat that up. Medium. Let me get the recipe. Over medium high heat. I don't know about that. I don't like that. Okay. 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. 1 medium onion, yellow onion, chopped. I'm sorry my stove is dirty. It's just, this is where we're at. I cooked burgers last night. Clearly, cleaning my stove has not been a priority, and I'm as disappointed as you are. I have been prioritizing other things, clearly. You've been here. Okay, let's get this bad boy chopped. Oh no, I don't like this high of a heat. Why are things popping in there? I didn't put any water in there. See, I don't want to spit or sputter. Okay, medium onion. 1 pound of ground beef. Lean ground beef, I'm using 85-15. 85 lean, 15% fat. This is normally what I get. It's just the grass-fed ground beef from Aldi. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. And sometimes with recipes, they say medium-high heat, but I'm like, okay, what burner are you using? Are you using like your smallest burner, or using your power boil burner? This is my medium burner. This is the burner I normally cook on. What can I get ready while this is browning? Cheese. Okay, let's look at the recipe. Pasta, zucchini, cheese. I need to shred the cheese. Oh, 2 cups low sodium beef broth. I don't usually keep broth in the house, but I keep bouillon. And I've been using the Better Than Bouillon concentrate. It's basically a concentrate. So 1 teaspoon per cup of water. 1 teaspoon. But we have 2 teaspoons because we have 2 cups of water. And if it doesn't completely dissolve, because you're supposed to keep this in the fridge once you've opened it, and my water is just hot, warm tap water, it'll dissolve once it goes in the, get on in there. Once it goes in the pan. So, then after that we'll need 1.5 cups of milk and 1.5 cups of shredded cheddar cheese, which I always keep cheese in the house. Cheddar cheese. That looks good. You could probably put as much cheese in there as you want. Cooking is the art, baking is the science. Oh, are you hungry? I'll get you food. Yeah. Come here. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Go ahead. Or you wanted cheese? She likes cheese. I don't know what that was. What did you just eat? I tell you what. I tell you what. Stop it. I'm gonna kick you out of the kitchen. Okay, now I'm gonna turn my heat up a little bit now that oil isn't spitting and spattering. I think I'm gonna measure out my seasonings. We need a teaspoon of chili powder, paprika, garlic powder. I think I only have smoked paprika, which I'm fine with. I think smoked paprika gives you lots of good flavor. Garlic powder, chili powder. Make sure you grab your chili powder and not your cayenne pepper. Just saying. I may have done that before. It was spicy. Well, okay. Didn't see that. We are browned. Gonna add my spices. Oh, I forgot to season with salt and pepper. No. Cook that another minute. Add pasta and zucchini and toss to coat. Sometimes cooking the spices a little bit helps bring the flavor out versus if you were to just put it in once you have the liquid in there. Sometimes that heat it's like it can extract some flavor. 1 pound. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. How much is this bag? Oh my gosh, it's a whole bag. I love using this brand of pasta from Aldi. It's just really good. The recipe says a shortcut, so I'm using medium shells or conchigli. Oh my gosh. Yes, you need a Dutch oven. Oh my gosh. Toss to coat. There's no room. Well, this is gonna feed me for a week. I guess there's that going for me. See, the zucchini would have been easier to mix in because it would have been dense. But a little bit of frozen spinach. I just take the fresh stuff and I pop it in the freezer. Oh geez Louise. Okay, I need to get the liquids added in here. We don't want to burn. Okay. The 2 cups of low sodium beef broth. Mine's just regular. Oops, oops, oops. I forgot I can't pour fast with this. Ah! I promise I'm not always this messy of a cook. Or maybe I just feel self-conscious because there's people watching. Okay, then we need 1.5 cups of milk. If I had hot water, I would not. Oops, is this way too much milk? That's a little too much milk. Okay, well, sorry about that. We're not going to be putting all of it in then. Nice and slow. Okay. So I should have just kept that last little bit of milk because this pasta I think just cooks a little longer than what the author of the recipe anticipated a shortcut pasta would cook. And so I put a little bit of extra milk in here just to deglaze the bottom. Also, I probably wasn't stirring often enough, so stuff was getting stuck on the bottom. And it's been a little extra time, so this is all good learning for when I make this again, if I like it, for the YouTube channel, the other YouTube channel. Oh my golly, Miss Molly. Ooh-wee. Lots of cheese, delicious. My one thing is, this is like, there's not a lot of sauce. And sauces usually thicken when the dish cools. And I don't know if it's supposed to be saucy, but it's not. I'm sure it's still delicious. I don't know if, because my pasta took longer to cook, because it definitely took more than the 6 to 8 minutes, that more of the moisture evaporated. I don't know. Let's give it a taste. I'm not sure all the cheese has melted yet, but I want to know if I need to add some salt. A little bit. My pasta is still a little bit more al dente than I would like, but it's almost 8 o'clock, and I'm just trying to wrap things up here. As you would have seen, I emptied the dishwasher and reloaded the dishwasher, waiting for the pasta. So I'm not gonna fold laundry tonight. Not doing it. I'm gonna eat this food. I'm gonna finish editing my recipe and get that uploaded tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna publish it tonight or if I'll have it go live tomorrow morning. We'll see. But I'll give you one last look.